Hello, welcome everyone. Today we will understand the basic Scrum transformation. The idea is if there is any new team which is going to work on the Scrum process, so what are those things or what are those attributes which help a team in their Scrum journey? So let's understand. So what is Scrum transformation? How we can define it? On a very basic way, it's basically team's ability to transit or move to the new Agile Scrum process effectively or successfully. That means, team is not hesitant. Team is able to understand and adapt the framework as per the rules which have been, disclosed by the Scrum process. So that's what we will say. The team is able to, transform to the Scrum process. So what exactly helps a team in Scrum transformation? There have been the trainings, the coaching, obviously the Scrum Master or the Agile coach is going to help the team in their Scrum journey. But I mean, everyone needs to understand the process. So based on my experience, I describe the success parameters for a team to succeed in Scrum transformation using a simple acronym that is called victory. So how we can say, that this team, we can consider it as a victory, right? So let's understand. So what exactly is victory? So victory for a successful Scrum transformation team is basically like V stands for value process guidelines. That means any team who is going to work on the new process, they need to understand it and follow as per the guidelines. So it's not like, I mean, if we are saying we are doing Scrum, but instead of having 2 to 4 weeks of a sprint, we are running a 5 weeks sprint or 6 week sprint. That means we have tweaked the framework too much. Maybe this is not what we are doing, but what we can say we are following Scrum. I stands for inspect and adapt. That means team's ability at a regular intervals to see how they are doing, where they are in terms of, be it like process improvement, be it in terms of, the delivery. It could be anything. So inspection is not necessarily always regarding the technical points. It could be related to the process. It could be related to anything which helps the team in the improvement. So that's very important thing. The team's ability to reflect on their journey. C stands for continuous value delivery, very pretty much important because in a traditional way we have seen the delivery is happening at the end of the project or at the end of the last phase. Once the let's say user acceptance testing is done, the UAT is done, then we are saying okay, yeah, we have got the go ahead to move to the production. But when we are following the Scrum, we have to see on a continuous basis through iterations or sprints we are delivering something valuable to the customer. So that emphasis should be there. The team should be able to adapt to this basic point. T stands for technical excellence. So obviously, when it comes to the agile and because the emphasis is on continuous value delivery, one of the most important aspect is can we look at some areas in our application or be it in terms of tools where we can adopt something and that will help the team to technically excel. So that simply means like if we are doing a manual testing, can you identify some ways to automate those testing because that will help the teams when the iterations are going to be, let's say we are running a 7 weeks of iteration. So the manual testing efforts are going to be too much. So there should always be emphasis on achieving the technical excellence, like the code refactoring is there, using any tools for the automation, using the DevOps best practices, which helps in the build and integration of the code and making our application and code, readily deployable. O stands for openness. That simply means transparency. That means the teams are transparent in their work. Anyone can see what exactly the team is working on. They are not hiding the issues. They're not keeping them under carpet. They are open in terms of if they are facing any impediments or blockers. They are discussing with the customer in terms of anything which is not clear. So team has understood that the transparency is pretty much important. R stands for respect. That means respect with your colleagues, respect within the team, with other teams, with the customer. That whatever goals we are trying to achieve through any of the agile processes or Scrum or any other practices, there is a mutual respect, collaboration with everyone involved. And last but not least important, why is basically saying yes to the new process. That simply means we are open to the agile mindset. right? So I mean, we are not saying okay, whatever we have used so far, that was the good enough, and we don't want to transit to the new. We have to open, we have to experiment, and again, process is just a way to achieve things. That's not everything, but we have to see that what the process is recommending, how well we can adapt the process per its guidelines. So that's all for this brief video. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining my channel. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video explanation, please like. It will help me to put more videos on a similar notes. Thank you very much here.